So today, we're going to be teaching you guys how to maximize your blood points as survivor or killer and get up to 200,000 blood points per match. This is going to be a sequel from our previous video we did 5 months ago, and it's going to teach you everything you need to know about gaining some blood points. Kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. And as you guys know, currently in Dead by Daylight, we have the 5th year anniversary going on. During this time, you have a great opportunity to earn a lot of blood points, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the best opportunity to maximize the amount of blood points you get. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to do this on the survivor side as well as on the killer side. We're mainly going to focus on killer, and I'll get into that in a second on why we're going to be doing that. Before we go ahead and actually jump on into everything, I want to let you guys know that today's video is actually sponsored. Now, sponsorships help out the channel so much, so I urge you guys to go and show them support. And today's sponsor is Adventure Capitalist. Can you guys believe that this game is still around? It's actually their 6th year anniversary. I haven't played this game in years, and they're still going strong after 6 years. This is one of the most popular games, and it's frankly unheard of if you play mobile games. In case you haven't heard about it, Adventure Capitalist is the world's greatest money-making idle clicker game. And with over 50 million downloads, players agree that this is the best idle game ever. What I love about this is that when I'm waiting in queues for Dead by Daylight, I can easily pull up my phone and start clicking away to make some money. Not to mention, there will be some weekly rewards during this timeline that are great value. During the next 6 weeks, anyone that downloads this game will have some amazing rewards to celebrate, such as they're running back-to-back limited time events, their party hat giveaway. They're granting 6 times more free time warps for Time Warp Wednesday, and much, much more. I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and take a look at Adventure Capitalist again. I'm sure you guys have played it in the past, and it's still fun to this date. And as I mentioned, if you're just sitting around in your DVD queues, it'd be the perfect thing to kill some time. You guys know that sponsors help out the channel a lot, so please, 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 click on the link down below in the description. You'll be able to get those cool rewards for your game, and you'll be able to have a lot of fun. So thank you again to our sponsor, and now we can go ahead and jump on into Dead by Daylight and show you guys everything you need to know on how to maximize your blood points. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be focusing on killer, and the reason being is that killer naturally just gets more blood points than survivors. There's less things that you need to do, and periodically as you play your game, you will be filling out these categories. When you're playing survivor, you kind of have to focus on specific categories, and for example, if nobody gets hooked or anything like that, some categories will be missing for points. If you're brand new to the game and you actually don't even know how you earn blood points, there's 4 separate categories both on the survivor and the killer side that'll allow you to get up to 8,000 score in each category. This will give you the opportunity to earn 32,000 blood points on both sides potentially. However, it's a lot easier to do it as killer versus than survivor, as there's 4 survivors competing for all the different pools, whether that's working on generators, saving people from hooks, distracting the killer, versus when you're playing killer, you're just naturally filling out every single category. We'll start with the survivor side for now and what you can do pre-game in order to help yourself. The number 1 is running with a Swift. If you are playing with a survivor friends group and you all go ahead and run anything that, enhances your blood points together, it is amazing. You can use something such as the bound envelope. As long as it says all categories to all survivors, it's something that's going to help everybody out. If you don't have any of these, you are more than likely to have a bloody party streamer that you can run, and currently the event is going on, so if you level up, I don't actually have any right now, but you can use the new offering, the cake offering, that gives 105% bonus to all categories. If you're running with 4 other people, this will grant you even more blood points, and if the killer decides to drop one in as well, you'll have 5 times the amount of blood points you normally will have in a game. Remember not to use these when there is a double XP event, or double blood point event I should say, as it all only affects the end game scores, so you would be wasting them. Now is the best time to actually use as much as you can, and if you're running with your friends, use as much as you can to get the most you can. Alrighty, so once you have your offering in line, which is probably the most important thing you need to do, there's some perks that can help you along the way that will give you bonus blood points at the end of the match and even during the match. The The first one on the list is We're Gonna Live Forever. This is essentially the survivor's version of barbecue and chili. Every time you perform a safe book or you take a protection hit or anything like that, you'll gain a token. This can be up to 4 tokens, which gives you 100% extra bonus blood points post-trial. So whatever you get, you can basically double it if you manage to get 4 tokens. Now, to ensure that we're going to be getting these safe unhooks and taking more protection hits and things like that, we're going to be bringing in Borrowed Time. Borrowed Time basically gives survivors the Enduro status effect for 12 seconds when you save them, so that way even if you just farm them and pull them off the hook, you will be getting yourselves your extra points. I don't recommend farming your teammates off the hooks, but Borrowed Time definitely helps ensuring that the survivors will last longer and you will get another extra token, and you'll also be getting extra points if you safely unhook them. Next thing on the list is Prove Thyself, and Prove Thyself is absolutely amazing for blood points, as you can gain up to 100% more blood points in cooperative actions if you are within 4-meter range of other survivors. Not to mention, they also get a repair speed bonus, so that helps very well. And that's why we are running Bond, so we know exactly where other survivors are. So as soon as they see that you have Proved Thyself, they'll run towards you. You guys can work on generators together. You gain your blood points for working cooperatively on a generator, and when it comes down to saving, you will be able to use your other perks to help you with that. As I mentioned earlier, everything that you do is going to be based around your gameplay. You need to make sure that you fill all 4 of these categories essentially equally. So when it comes down to being chased by the killer and escaping, that's 100% on you and how much you do it. The more you do it, obviously, the better. And these perks will help you in the other 2 categories, which are arguably the harder categories to fill out and to do well at. As for your item, you can pretty much run anything. If you want to get flashlight saves, you can use flashlights. If you want to get a hatch escape to get more objective points, you can do that. You can run a medkit to heal yourself to even get more survival points. These are all options that you can do. And I believe there's even add-ons that you can use, such as the surgical rare medkit add-on that gives you 150% bonus blood points for succeeding great skill checks. So these are all things that you can run in order to help you. Now let's move on to the killer side. Alrighty, so on the killer side, it is pretty simple and pretty standard, just like the survivor side. You want to run an offering that will grant you bonus blood points. You can use a sacrificial cake, as I mentioned. Anything that pretty much maxes out all your categories will be the best, so an escape cake or bloody party streamer. Whatever it is that you are running will benefit you. Make sure you are running one of those, because that's probably the most important thing that you can do. Barbecue and Chili is the #1 perk to run here, because this is going to give you a maximum of 100% bonus blood points awarded post-trial. So whatever score you get, it will basically be doubled if you manage to hook all 4 survivors during the trial. As for the other perks that we are running, this will only max out during the trial. So this is essentially going to help you during the trial to get more blood points in each specific category. Now, you don't need to run these whatsoever, but if you want to run these, it will help you out tremendously into getting a 32,000 point game. The most important thing when it comes down to actually picking your killer as well is using a killer that will give you personally the most devious points. When it boils down to it, all killers get the same amount of points based on how you play, but the deviousness category is the only thing that really separates them. Some killers have an easier time getting them, and even depending on your playstyle will determine how much blood points you get. For example, with someone like Nurse or Legion or Doctor, it's very easy to get yourself a lot of deviousness points compared to someone like Trapper, who only is subjective to if survivors run into his trap or he has any trap kind of gameplay. Make sure the killer that you're choosing can get an easy time when going for deviousness points or using their power, essentially. So, let's talk about the perks that we have. The first one is Distressing, and this is going to give us a 100% more blood point actions in the deviousness category. This will be in the trial. So, as you're playing, even if you're playing a killer that doesn't get a lot, if you run Distressing, it obviously increases your tear radius by 26%, but it awards you 100% more deviousness points, so you can max out on that category very well. Thrill of the Hunt is next, which is going to basically give us 10% more blood points in the Hunter category for each token. So the more totems we have up, the better for us. Once this is gone, we will no longer have this effect, so keep that in mind. And finally, we have Beast of Prey, which will give us a 50% more blood point for all actions in the Hunter category. So basically, Thrill of the Hunt and Beast of Prey are going to work the same, and it's just going to make our job a lot easier as we're killing and doing our job to get more blood points. All it is combined with your Sacrificial Cake is going to give you a lot of blood points during the trial. And if all the survivors also run it, especially during this event, which they more than likely will, you'll be getting a ton of blood points. So right now we have 1,000 blood points. We're going to go ahead and actually play this killer game as a nurse and see how much blood points we can get. Let's jump into it. Alrighty, there we go. Blood Lodge. We got our new crown going. If you want to see our video earlier on the event and our thoughts and everything like that, it will be linked below, if I remember. And yeah, now it's time to play some nurse, have some fun, and let's see where this goes. Hopefully I can still play nurse, and I remember how. I typically play nurse with Shadowborn, so this might not be the best. So we'll see what happens. I forgot she had balance landing here. So yeah, we'll see how the POV is really gonna affect us this gameplay. If you see anything that doesn't look like great nurse gameplay, then that's probably why. But as you can see, our deviousness category is going up very rapidly. Somebody just cleansed a totem, so that actually is going to lower the amount of blood points that we are going to get in the hunter category, but it doesn't really matter too much. Your goal, as I said, is just to get a pretty much perfect game. As long as you can do that, you don't even need to kill every single survivor to do that. You'll do just fine. I believe also in this trial, 3 of the 4 survivors, I should say, ran a offspring. One of them did not, so we won't see the full maximum potentialness of what we could be seeing, but it's alright. We got 4 out of the 5 that we do need, so that should still work quite nicely. Alrighty. We can go ahead and put these survivors on the hook. Keep in mind that these perks, the only downside to doing something like this is that the perks won't help, so if survivors are, you know, working on generators very quickly or things like that, you won't really have too much to help you besides barbecue and chili, so you'll still have to play some really good killer games in order to do well. And also, you can get the crowns if they're around, because you will be getting some bonus blood points for doing so. So keep that in mind as well. Hi there, Kate. Oh, and somebody got the save. Looks like we got a Jane. Alrighty, I was thinking that she was going to run out, but that's okay. Waiting for my blinks to recharge, and then we can teleport to her. Now, as nurse, the #1 thing that gets me is people that just W game and run in a straight line. When playing nurse for such a long time, typically, survivors try to mind game you and try to basically run back into you and do things like that, and that's typically how I get them. When they don't do that, and they just W game, such as this Kate, it's a little bit more difficult for me to judge where they're going, and if they're going to actually try to mind game me, or if they're just going to, oh, I did not want to do that, or if they're just gonna do their thing. So, that's typically what happens when I play nurse. I just got the Jane up, so we're gonna go back. Oh, wow. Kate just dropped right in front of me, and it was so close. She had the balance landing, and she thought I was gonna blink away. We'll go for her, even though they're healing over there. Everyone's gonna get a fair share of blood points, because everyone is also going to take the benefits of the offerings, which is the greatest part about this. Everyone is going to win and have a good time and have fun. That's what we love to see. Alrighty, so looks like they're over here. As I said, barbecue and chili is probably the only thing that's going to give us some benefit. That's Meg. Yeah, I guess we can go after her. I don't really know who I'm going after. Oh, there's a crown. She might want to get that crown, actually. I'll let you get it. There we go. So yeah, I think that noise happens every time a survivor gets the crown. So as I mentioned, you do get extra bonus blood points for doing that. So even if you already have the crown, pick it up, because you still will have the opportunity to get yourself the crown. Let's go put you on the hook. I'm avoiding lockers because Head-On is currently in the shrine. It just got in there, and we also have a Jane in our lobby, so I'm being precautionate. And again, they're just all gathered up healing, so that works great for me. Ooh, that was very buggy. Alrighty. Hi. What you doing, Kate? What are you doing? Surprised she didn't run back in, actually. She used her dead art. Jane's going for the unhook right now. Gonna act like I don't see her, and then try to teleport on top. Nope. There we are. That's more like it. More accurate blinks coming on in. We could put her in the basement here. But the door's not there, so we're just gonna put it right here. We don't have anything to stop these generators, so I need to make sure that the generator pressure is still way up there. Hi there, Kate. I see you. Don't worry. I'm gonna kick this really quickly. Hi, Kate. There we go. Nice hit on the Kate. Oh, another Kate. She has Dead Heart, I believe, but we'll still knock her down here. Keep an eye out. Make sure nobody's doing anything suspicious. Aha! Somebody's over here. There's the other Kate. Perfect. And there is the Meg. We could just massively slug here. I'm gonna take the hit. She's gonna force a save, but that's okay. I'm just going to make them swap places. That'll be fine. I'll let them continue to do their thing. I would just, you know, be sweaty and kill them all. But remember, when you're going for blood points, you want to not be sweaty, because the more sweaty you do play, and the more unfair, so to speak, you play, like if you're only allowing survivors to take 1 hooks and things like that, the harder it is for you to actually gain blood points. So you really don't want to do that. You really don't want to put yourself in that position. So play a nice, fair game for everybody to have an equal chance, you know, get on the hook and things like that, and you'll be rewarded with more blood points. If you're playing solely to kill, you won't be getting as much blood points as you would normally get. Ooh, the hatch is there as well, so that's some extra blood points we can get. Always keep in mind all the little things that give you extra blood points. There we go. Kate is on her next hook. Somebody is all the way back here, so we can go and take a look at them. And there we go. Got the Jane down. Let's go put you on the hook, shall we? Come on, Jane. Let's go put you on the hook. Bada bing, bada boom. And she is gone. Alrighty. 1 generator still remaining. We got these survivors running about. Hi there, Kate. How's you doing? Alright, so we got 3 more hooks to go. So somebody is not dead on hook, and that's the person that we actually need to go for. I think this Kate has, yeah, she has the balance landing, so that is fine. And just teleport to her, grab a nice little hit. And again, you can do this for any killer, as long as you're getting your deviousness points up. The more deviousness points you're getting, the better it is. Alrighty, cool. I am going to hook her as well, because we know where the hatch is. We don't need to slug for the 4K. We can just go and lock the hatch instead. I believe she's the one that is dead. I'm not entirely too sure. Is she? No, perfect. So there we go. We actually are, sorry, going to get all of the potential hooks. Somebody just had scratch marks here, so just looking around. Oh, you've given up. I see. Fair enough. Come on, Katie Kate. Let's go put you on the hook. And then we will make our way straight to the hatch. Alrighty, so 1 door's there. Oh, there's the other girl. We see her right there. Alrighty. Hi. She only has a medkit, so we don't need to worry about a key. We can just easily kill her right here. Alrighty, let's go and put her on the hook, and everyone got evenly hooked. Nobody died on like their first hook or their second hook. Everyone had all of their hooks, and as you can see, we just maxed out our sacrifice. You get extra sacrifice points if it is a late sacrifice, so in case you miss anything, it's always good to get those quick extra little kills towards the end. We'll break this for destruction, and I believe we had a perfect game there, and we got Merciless Killer, so that's awesome. I believe we got 32,000 blood points that game. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we got a perfect game, we double pipped, and just like that, we got ourselves a perfect game. And that nets us a total of 198,000 blood points in a match, and as I said at the beginning, not everybody ran the sacrificial cake. So if we potentially had 1 more sacrificial cake, that would have potentially given us another 32,000 blood points, if I'm not mistaken in my math. And again, you don't need to run these perks in order to get a perfect game, but it helps so much to just constantly get those perfect games coming on out. Not only will you pip a lot, you'll also be able to get yourself a crap ton of blood points. So literally one game that lasted about, what, 15 minutes or so, nets us a total of 200,000 blood points. So literally in an hour, you'll be getting 800,000 blood points and even potentially 1,000,000 blood points in an hour if your games go any bit faster or if everybody actually runs the cake every single game. And again, you can do this on Survivor, you can do this on Killer. It's more efficient on Killer because it's faster and you'll naturally level up all the categories as I mentioned, but you still can as Survivors with your friends and get a crap ton of blood points and use it for whatever you like. Also, during this event, and even if you're watching this after the event, you still can do this. Everything in the Shrine of Secrets currently refreshes, my face is in a way, but it refreshes every 23 hours. Typically this resets every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's worth double the amount, so normally 3,000 shards, or some of them are 2,000 shards, but here, as you can see, it's worth 15,000 shards. If you already have the perk unlocked, you can simply click on it and get yourself some extra blood points. Now, I already have all of these, and I never use my shards whatsoever, so this is a fantastic way for me to get a bunch of blood points, and just like that, we already have 800,000. And then, of course, you also have your challenges from the tome, in case you haven't finished them, where you can claim challenges like this, and then you can just use another one. So, doing something just like that, in literally 15 minutes, I've earned 829,000 blood points. Obviously, that's not specifically for the game, that's just a little extra I tossed in there for you. And don't forget about your daily challenges as well that you can do to get even more blood points. So potentially, you could be netting millions of blood points every single hour, and it's really easy and efficient. I hope this video did help you. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below and share it with your friends. We're going to be constantly uploading more videos, so make sure you do subscribe to the channel. And again, shout out to our sponsors. Sponsors help the channel so much, so make sure you go and show them some love. That's going to do it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. As always, I'm the King. That's in my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.